Hello everyone, welcome to this year's first session of the IEM Coding Club. The topic of today's session is Introduction to Competitive Programming. This session will be taken by me, I am Harsha Gupta, and I'm from the third year, and I'm the CP lead of this year's session. So in this session, we'll be talking about the Introduction to Competitive Programming, and we'll talk about different aspects of competitive programming and what all things we can learn from it. And also we'll be talking some of the things that competitive programming teaches us. And also I'll just give a summary of how you can start with it. Okay, how you can, what is the roadmap of competitive programming? Okay, so and also one additional thing, that if you have any doubt when I'm teaching, then don't worry about it. After the session, I'll give you around 15 to 20 minutes where you can clear all your doubts. You can ask me any question that you want, and yeah, that's it. So without any further ado, let's get started with the session. So,
excuse me, Harsh Bhaiya, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
It would be better if you just do the full screen, just Control+L.
Okay. Okay, now is it okay?
Yes, it is now okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm properly audible, right, Dina?
Yes, you are properly audible, and the screen is clearly visible too.
Okay, thank you. So, what is it? What is competitive programming? I think that most of you already know that competitive programming is something that will help you to get a good job, right? Like most of us, even the first years and the second year, people know that it is something that will help you to get a good job. But competitive programming is more than that. Okay, so what is it? Is it just solving questions, or is it just understanding a problem? What is it? So you can look it in this way. Okay, first let us read this paragraph. Okay. So what does this paragraph says? This paragraph says competitive programming is a mind sport which involves solving well-defined problems by writing computer programs under specified limits. Okay. So the first thing that we are seeing is mind sport. So mind sport is like, what mind sport means? Some of the examples of mind sport are chess. Okay. So here competitive programming comprises of all of the things like practice, practice, giving contests, understanding a problem, solving the problems after a contest. All these things comprises of competitive programming. Okay. So, now, so it is a sport. There are various contests, competitions happen, just like how in other sports competitions happen. Here also there are many competitions, and here there is also an Olympics, where in other sports there is also an Olympics. So it is similar to that. Okay. So now here you can see three words. One is well-defined, another one is computer programs, and the third one is specified limits. So these three terms are very important to understand. Okay. So the first thing is well-defined problems. Okay. Now, if I don't show you, now you'll not get it what I'm saying. So now, what does well-defined problems mean? Let us open a computer programming platform. Codeforces is a very popular website. If you don't know about Codeforces, then I must say that you should check it out. I will talk about it later in this session only, but for now, just see what I'm telling. Go to this website, codeforces.com, and go to the problem set section. Okay. So here you will see that these are the problems. Actually, these are the name of the problems, and if you click on it, then you'll enter into the problem. Okay. So let me open a problem and make you understand what I'm talking about. So see this problem. Okay. So here you can see that the name of the problem is written over here. Okay. The time limit per second, the memory limit per second, all these things are given. Don't worry about it. Okay. Time limit per second, memory, you don't have to worry about these two lines for now. So just understand this, that the problem statement, the problem statement is, see how the problem statement is given. Here the problem statement is written. Okay, here the problem statement is written what you need to do. Here an example is given. Okay, Here's an example is given that how the output will be generated according to the problem. And also you will see that here the input format. What is the input format? How the problem is giving you the input. Okay, how the problem is giving you the input. And according to it, you have to generate an output. Okay, so now also you see that an example is given and according to it an output is also given. Okay, and also there is one good thing about this particular problem statement is that they have provided you a dry run of the test cases. Dry run means that they have explained you how these inputs corresponds to these outputs. Okay, so this is one of the best things, one of the good things about a problem. This is how an ideal problem statement should be. Okay. So this is how an ideal problem should be. And now, so this is what it means that the problem statements are well defined. It means that whenever you read this problem, you will understand that what you need to do. So this is the meaning of the well-defined problems. The second statement written over here is computer programs. So those who are in second year or those in second or even first year students, you might know that there is the language of the computer is computer program, right? If you want to make a computer understand something, so you have to use, you should be using a particular language, and that particular language is a computer program, right? So there are many different languages. So in competitive programming, whenever, suppose you have read this problem, you understood each and everything that what you need to do. And now you have understood the logic. You have also thought of a solution, that how will you apply the solution. But the thing is, you have to implement, you have to feed it to the website, right, or to the platform, right, that how it will check that whether your solution is correct or not. How will it check? So in order to do that, we have to use a computer program, a language. Okay. A computer program, you can say a computer program or a language. So what the language will do is it will process these inputs. Okay, this it will take this inputs. Okay, sorry, it will take this inputs. It will process it, and according to these inputs, it will generate corresponding outputs. Okay, so this is what computer program means. Okay, so now third thing is specified limits. What does specified limits means? So if you're in third year, second year, or in second year or third year, I guess you guys know about time complexity and space complexity, right? So here, and those who don't know about it, just don't worry. I'm just briefing you. Here you can see that for each test case, the time limit is 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds, which what it means? That it means that your program shouldn't take, for each test case, shouldn't take more than 2 seconds to execute it. Okay, even if this shouldn't be surpassed. This particular time limit shouldn't be surpassed. Okay, and for memory limit as well, you are taking these as inputs, and in order to process it, you will require some memory. So your program shouldn't take memory more than 256 megabytes. Like each and every problem, nowadays, it's like each and every problem has equal amount of time limit and memory limits. So in some problem it may differ, but more or less time limit and memory limit are always like this. Okay, so okay, so these two things should always be kept in mind. And if you know about time complexity, then this thing you already know what I'm talking about. That you have to optimize a problem. You have to give the optimal solution. Otherwise, you get a TLE or you'll get a time limit exceeded error. Okay. So this is what specified limits means, and okay, so this is what these 3 words means. And okay, let me explain you the next slide. So why CP? It is very true that you will get a good job if you do CP very properly and consistently. It is true. I agree with you with that. But the thing is, this is just like, what you can say, 5% or 6% benefits of what CP is giving you. It will give you many other things which we often forget that what all things CP has given us apart from the apart from the jobs and all. So first thing is structure. It will help you to structure your practice routine. What does it mean? So what does this word routine means? Routine means that you will be doing a job. You will be starting a job at a particular time, and you'll be ending that job at a particular time, right? So what happens is when you do CP consistently, the whole things begin structured, right? Which mean what it means? It means that suppose you're doing CP each and every day. You are sitting from 6 to 8 o'clock in the evening. So routine is forming, and you're being consistent, and you're making a habit of sitting on the desk. Trust me, that is a skill that will help you so much in the career that that any other thing will ever give you. I'm not saying the development and all those things doesn't provide you with it, but the thing is, CP will, if you love CP and if it keeps you engaged, then trust me, apart from the problem solving skills, this is also one of the things that will be induced in you through the CP. Okay. Now, second thing is technical interviews. So technical interviews, if you are not familiar what questions are asked in technical interviews, then let me just give you a brief summary. In technical interviews, we are asked questions. We ask questions based on data structures and algorithms. Okay, and there the problems are like you have to solve problems in this way only. That you have to see the problem statement, and there you have to write a code which will give the corresponding output of a particular input. So now the thing is, when you do CP, the thing is you will learn how to play with the data structures and how to play with the algorithms, right? So when you switch back to before the interview, when you switch back to lead code not lead code, like if you are switching to questions based on technical interviews, you will see that the questions are becoming very easy for you. It will become very easy for you to solve those questions. I'm not saying all the questions you'll be able to solve, but there is a very high chance that you will be able to solve a particular question if you're familiar with the data structure that that question is using. Okay, so this is the second thing, and obviously we all know that CP helps you to get a job, and how does it help? This is the most here the CP impacts the most. Okay, so now what is the third thing? So work on challenging problems. So those who are interested in doing research work, okay, you have to master this particular skill. Working on challenging problems. CP helps you to understand the problem. You have to untangle the problem. You have to divide the problem. You have to understand each and everything that the problem is saying, and then you will find that there is some sort of a clue using which you can solve that problem. It's like a puzzle. So when you're doing this for each and every day now, it will comparatively become easier for you to work on problems. Like if you heard about Maths Olympiad or Physics Olympiad, why does these people go for a PhD and all those things? Like even if you're talking about the top coders, like who are red coders, legendary grandmasters, they all are researchers. Okay, so this particular skill will be it will be very beneficial if you want to be a researcher. And also in the work life, also there will be you will be given problem statements. Those are a bit different, but the concept is same. Okay, you are getting used to solving challenging problems. That's something that CP teaches you. The second thing is easy way to demonstrate skills. So listen, when you are doing competitive programming, there are various platforms like Codeforces. I've already showed you Codeforces. There are many other websites like CodeChef is there, AdCoder is there, and there are many websites. So here, when you give a contest, whenever they conduct contests on a monthly basis. So whenever you give a contest, you will get some sort of a number or a rating. So when that rating increases, when you're a good coder, you will see that your rating has increased. You have a good rating, and when you present that into your resume, you will see that it will add a positive impact to the interviewer. Okay, so this is one of the few, like if you do CP, you have that like badge for you. that yes, I have done CP and this is my rating and this much amount of problems I have solved. Okay, so this is like one of the easier way to demonstrate your skills. Brain exercise. So CP. So what happens is the fifth point is very interesting because whenever, like, suppose you read a problem and you're like you're not being able to solve the problem for now, but the thing is you are, since I've talked about routine, so you're like for 2 hours you're thinking of the problem, or like 1 hour you're thinking about the problem. You're just getting like the 10% part of the problem, but you're not being able to get the full 100%, remaining 90%. So what you're doing is you're trying to untangle it. You're trying to see what all things you can observe. So while doing this now, your brain will get trained. Your brain will get trained to solve problems. Like, this is what mind sport means, right? If in chess also this same kind of thing happens when you play, when you see different sort of moves, different sort of openings and all those things, right? So this is another thing that CP provides you. And lastly, it's fun. Obviously, if you start out, if you start CP and you're doing it for like 2 to 3 months, you'll slowly fall in love with it. When you see that you're being able to solve a problem, you are getting that your codes are getting accepted, it will really motivate you, and you will feel, and you will be like, yes, it's something that I want to do. Okay, so CP is, so I think this is the most important part. If you're not having fun while doing CP, then I think that you should try something else. Okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing it, but you should more like try development and many other things. But the thing is, if you're doing it for around 1 to 2 months, you will love it. You'll love it. Okay. So I think that this is it for this slide. So let's go to the next slide. How to start with competitive programming. Okay. So the first thing that you need to do is to learn a programming language. Those who are in the first year now, if you're from the like you had CS in your class 11th and 12th, then I think that you're already familiar with Python or C++. So if you're familiar with it, then you can start doing it, CP using those languages only. But the thing is, if you or any other language, if you know any language, you can start doing it. Like, and obviously it should be a language using which you can apply like simple stuff like arrays and all those things, right? So you have to choose a programming language and you have to learn it. Okay, you have to learn it, and this is going to be the first thing that you should have to do. Okay, and I can also say you one thing that this particular, you don't have to emphasize more on this part. Okay, you can just learn about the language on the go. Okay, if you're learning it, suppose you're stuck somewhere, you can just Google it out. Everybody does that. Okay, so you don't have to be worried about it. Just learn a programming language, know the basics of the programming language, then good to go. So the next thing is understand the concept of time complexity and space complexity. Now, those who are in first year, actually you guys have joined just now, right? Just few months, 1 month or 2 months back. So I think that this particular term is not, you're not familiar with this term. But for the second year and third year students, I'm pretty sure that you guys know what time complexity and space complexity is. So you should really have a good knowledge about these two things, because if you don't have knowledge about these two things, you will not be able to understand. And obviously you should also be knowing that what is the relationship between inputs and these input constraints and time complexity and space complexity. You can just find it out using simple Google search. Okay, you can just find it out using simple Google search. And this is it for time complexity and space complexity. I know that you these things are you're familiar with these things. So, and even if you're not, don't worry, you can just find ample amount of resources about these topics. Okay. So now, then the next thing is set up an IDE. So what is an IDE? IDE is a place where you can write your code. Like platforms like HackerRank and LeetCode, these platforms gives you an IDE. Like Coursera also gives you an IDE. But the thing is, I would really recommend you to set up your own IDE. For like if you're doing coding in C++, then there are many IDEs. Like you can use Sublime, there's VS Code, there are many IDEs. You can just set up any one of them and start doing competitive programming using it. And this is so you have to set up an IDE, and Arduino IDE is a place where you can write your code and compile it. That your code will get executed over there, and using a particular set of inputs, you will be okay. Let me show you an example what IDE looks like. So see here. Oh, so here you have here you have the code written over here. Here you have the input. Here is the output. Okay. So what you will do is your program will get executed over here. Your program, you'll write your program. Your program will get executed in the console, and you have provided the inputs here. So according to these inputs, outputs will be generated. Okay. This is the thing about IDEs. Here the output has been generated. Here's the code. Here's the input. This is for IDEs. This is just Sublime. You can even if you want, you can set up any other IDE. That's not an issue. And yes, how to start with okay. So we are So the fourth thing that is very important is to pick up a platform or a site. So I have showed you Code Forces. There are many other websites like CodeChef, AdCode, and all those websites. So just pick up any site. I would highly recommend you to start with Code Forces, because in Code Forces, okay, let me show you. If you go to the problem set section, okay, here you can choose the difficulty. So the difficulty of the problems goes from 800 to 3500. Okay. So always when you're starting out with CP, try to solve problems which are of 800 rating. So you're starting from 800 rating. So you just type 800 to 800 and you'll see all 800 rated problems. And just keep on solving from the first problem itself. So after like around 50 to 60 problems, you are like, okay, now I am pretty much familiar with the 800 rated problems, so I can just now go up. So what you can do is you can do 900 rated problems. Okay. So like this, you're just you're upgrading your difficulty, upgrading the difficulty. You are improving. You are getting new set of problems. Each time you're getting used to one particular difficulty level, you're increasing the difficulty as well, right? So this is how you can use Code Forces as a beginner. I'm just giving you a brief introduction. You can simply register yourself in Code Forces by this register button. You can write your username, email, password, and all these things. You can fill it out. It's like just like Facebook or any other social media website. So, and you can enter using here by clicking here. So it's easy. The UI is not that difficult. You can do it, but still I will show you that how you can submit in Code Forces. But for now, let's keep it like this. Okay, and another thing, don't try to solve a difficult problem when you're starting out with CP. Let me tell you that when I started coding in CodeChef, there was nothing called like you cannot distinguish problem based on the difficulty level. There was nothing like that on CodeChef. So what I did was I took a problem which was very difficult and I tried to solve it, but I couldn't do it. So now I couldn't do it, and I still can't do it because that problem is like there are around 50 submissions in that problem. So there's no point of solving such a difficult problem. So, and you will get demotivated by seeing those kind of problems. Okay, so start with basic problems, and that's why I'm recommending you Code Forces. I think that CodeChef also has like difficulty. You can divide the problems using difficulty nowadays, but I would still recommend you to solve Code Forces because the aptness is very good of the rating. And the last point, practice and do it regularly. Okay, CP is something that you have to do each and every day. Okay, the thing is, if you're doing it each and every, so the thing is you have to do it consistently. If you want to see improvement in your graph, if you want to see improvement within you, so you have to do it regularly. Okay, I have seen people who are not giving that much of amount of intensity, but they're being regular. Their ratings have increased so much that apart from people who have just practiced for a particular session and a particular time period, and then they have left CP, and after 2 to 3 months they came back. So that sort of pattern of solving problems is not at all good for anyone. So I know that there are like you have to give exams and there are many things that you need to balance, but I would highly recommend you to do this thing each and every day. At least try to solve one problem, one easy problem. You can do it. Okay, just try to do it. So this is it. You should always keep these things in mind when you're starting out with computer, and I would say at least select the fifth point is very important. Select a basic problem. Okay. I'm emphasizing in this point because I have done this mistake, so you shouldn't do it. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Okay. So what are the best languages for computer programming? The thing is, if you guys have watched any video on like, okay, I'll say you to watch this video. I'm not sure that I'll find this video or not, but let me see whether I can find it. I think yes, this particular website is the Olympics of computer programming, ICPC. It's called ICPC. Here you can see that most of the participants that are present over here, they are all red coders. They are like highest rated coders on around the world, around the globe. So most of them talks about C++. This particular language is like the most famous language that is used for computer programming. Most of the computer programmers use this particular language, C++. Okay, so I would say that if you're already familiar with C++, then you're like totally fine. Okay, so you're good to go. And now, if someone is aware of these two languages, Python or Java, you can try these two languages as well. There are many good coders I know. Actually, I have known many good computer programmers who use these two languages, Java and Python. They are doing it perfectly. They're doing it very like if you have heard about, there are many YouTubers who use Java, like red coders who use Java. There are many red coders who use Python. So you can use two of these languages, but I will highly recommend you solve problems using C++. Okay. Actually, some online platforms create some issues with these two languages sometimes, but C++ is pretty efficient. Okay. So you can, or if you know any other language, there's Dust, Kotlin, all those languages. If you know any language on, there's like, you can do data structures and algorithms using those languages, then also this is fine. If you want to do, then you can do it. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. From where should I practice? Now, the thing is, Codeforce, like the first website that this website, Codeforce, it's like the best website. I'm saying the best website that is present, that is there in the market. This particular website is it's like the best website. Okay, Codeforce. Here I have already shown you how you can distinguish the problems on the basis of the ratings, like 900, then you can go to 1000 and all those rating wise. So the thing is, the aptness of the rating and the difficulty of the problem, okay, the correlation between these two is very apt. It's like it's very good. It's the best out of all those other websites. CodeChef also has this thing, but I've seen that problems that are on CodeChef are no. It's not that like the difficulty, the division of difficulty is not that good. Okay, but for Codeforces, it's pretty good. These are arranged in a very proper manner. Okay. Here you can find all sort of problems. Okay, you can find all sort of problems. Also, you can also solve problems based on tags. So if you want to solve problems using binary search, then you can click on binary search and apply. Okay. So you can see that here there's a problem of 900 that can be solved using binary search. Okay. So there are many things like you can add tags here. Okay. So there are many other tags, right? So this is that's like Codeforce. Like if you're starting out with Codeforce, just start. If you're starting out with CP, just start doing Codeforce. Okay. So the next side, CodeChef. Thing about CodeChef is CodeChef consists of problems that are very good. Like the problems are so good. Like if you want to increase your observation skills, if you want to solve ad hoc problems, if you want to solve problems which are solely based on like puzzle problems, like here you need to have a very good observation skills. If we want to have that particular thing, then CodeChef is the best website out there. Okay, the puzzle problems that are given on code shift is like very good. Okay, you have to observe, you have to make cases, you have to observe things. So code shift really has this very cool set of problems. Like you can solve those problems and you're good to go. Okay, at coder, at coder. Okay, let me show it to you. At coder. Okay, let me show you a single problem of at coder. Okay, here you can see. Okay, now you'll understand what I'm talking. The problems, you can see the problem statement is so small. Okay, comparatively. Now the problem statement of code forces. You can, I guess you can see what I'm talking about. Like code forces includes many jargons. Like you see this such a big problem statement is there. On the other hand, on AtCoder, the problem statement is very small. It's very apt. Like it's you can just read the problem once and you'll get what they're trying to say. Okay. Code forces has this thing of adding unnecessary jargons and all those things. But on code forces, on AtCoder, it's like to the point. So problem statements are to the point. But I would still recommend you to solve code forces because trust me, the problems are really good, really good. It will improve you. Okay. And on AtCoder, if you're learning, if you're learning some stuff, like there's a very good playlist of AtCoder DP contest. If your DP is an advanced topic, if you don't know about it, then you don't have to worry. And those who know that, so you might know that there is a really good problem set for dynamic programming, that is the DP. And here you can get around 26 problems. Okay, and all of these problems are really good. If you do these problems, you'll learn, like you'll be good with you'll be good with dynamic programming. Okay, this is it. And for lead code, I think that lead code, and let's talk about these two platforms at the same time. Okay, lead code and CSS. Lead code, if you suppose you have learned a particular data structure or particular concept. Okay, if you learn a particular concept, let's call it a concept. So after that, what you can do is you can go to lead code and you can select the lead. What the thing that is good with the lead code is that you can get problems based on based on topics. Okay, so you can divide the problems based on topics, which is better than code forces. Okay, this particular thing lead code has is very good because here you can distinguish the problem based on various topics. So lead code has this pretty good cool thing, and the problems are of basic level. Not that like it is comparatively easier, but like the hard problems, there are many hard problems as well on lead code. And okay, you should avoid, for a beginner, you should avoid hard problems. You can solve medium or easy, but lead code really has some cool problems, and you can try to solve it in order to like grasp the concept, in order to get a better understanding of the concept. CSS, let me show you. I think that many of the people don't know about CSS, but it's really a great problem set. So here there are 300 problems. You see, like introductory problems. These are introductory problems. Sorting and searching. Suppose you have learned about sorting and you have learned about searching. Searching is binary search and all those things. You have learned about these two concepts. So what you did, you solved all of these problems. Okay, so even if you do like around 50 to 60 problems of these, like see the thing about CSS now, you can if you are very like if you are very much fond of, suppose you took a problem and you read the problem and you are like, I don't know the concept that is required for this problem, so I must learn the concept, then I might come back at it. So if you want to learn in the go, then I would highly recommend you to check out this website, CSS. Okay, it's a very good website if you want to learn a concept in a go. You can do it on other websites as well, but CSS, you can like in CSS, each and every problem you will learn a concept using when you solve each and every problem of this particular website, you will learn something. Okay, so it's a very good programming. It's a very good platform where you can learn things. Okay. So these are the few websites which are my personal favorites. There are many other websites like this, Pause and all those things, but I would really recommend you to look at these particular websites. Obviously, Codeforce is a must, and you can check out all these websites. And you can, if whatever suits you, just I would say practice from one website and give contests on various websites. Okay, this will be, you can do that, or I would say, yeah, practice on one website and give contests on all of these websites, on all of the websites. Okay, it will depend on your time management and all those things. So this is it for the website that you need to do. And to avoid, the thing is, when I started competitive, I did hacker. The thing with hacker rank is, now the problem section of hacker rank is like, I would say start some code forces that you should start from the 800 rated problems, what I showed you previously. The problems of hacker rank are not that I would say are not that good. I would say that those are not good. But the thing is, there's one cool feature of hacker rank which I can show you right now. Which I'm not sure what that means. Okay, wait. Okay, just you think that I'm it. Here I am using my other email ID. Wait for a while. Okay, now see this. It's a very cool feature of HackerRank, and I'm really fond of it. That suppose you have recently learned Python. Okay, so you want to be proficient with it. So how can you do? What can you do? You can just like you've seen a video and you think that I have to practice a little bit more in order to get a good grip on it. So what you can do is you can just go to Python, like HackerRank, and there's this Python. Python is there, so you can just click it, and here you can see problems. These are solely based on syntax. Like these problems are designed in such a way that you will be able to use that particular language after solving all of this. You don't have to solve all of this. Like whatever, if after a certain point if you think that no, I don't need to solve any of these anymore, so you don't have to do it. But the thing is, this will really help you to get a grip of a particular language. Okay, so this thing you can do with HackerRank, but don't go for the problem set section. Though I would highly recommend don't go for this one, problem solving. These problems are not that good, and it will the learning that you will have by solving these problems is not going to help you that much for a longer run. So I would recommend you to solve problems from Codeforces directly. Okay. So now it will be difficult. Obviously, the problems on Codeforces are a little bit difficult, but it will be worth it. Trust me on this. It will be worth it. You will find it difficult because if you start with it, you will like all the problems are you being able to solve. But the thing is, when you start out with Codeforces, you will get stuck. But trust me, you will have learning as well. Okay, you will learn. That is the most important thing when you're starting out. Okay. And the next thing is site with no editorials. Like there are many hundreds of websites which has no editorials. Like Spoj is there. I think that 100 is a very big number, but there are many sites like Spoj is there, Timus is there, and all those websites where there are no editorials. And this is one of the things that is very bad for a person who is starting out with like competitive programming. So you should avoid these kind of websites for now. When you're like an above average computer programmer, then you can practice from wherever you want. But for now, just avoid these sites. Okay. So this is it for this particular slide. So now let's get to the next slide. Okay. So up until now, I think that I have said DSA for a pretty long time. I have talked about DSA, used this term data structure and algorithm. So what is it? What does it mean that what does it mean like DSA? What does it mean? What is DSA? So DSA is nothing but a method of organizing data in a virtual system. So suppose here, okay, so let me show this problem only. This problem. Okay. Okay, this one. Here you can see that the elements that are given in a sequential manner, right? So what you can do is you can just create variables like A, B, C, D. You can create these sort of variables if you don't know about data structures and algorithms. Data structures, especially data structures. So it's not algorithm, but data structure. Okay. So, so if you are starting out with, wait, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, Bhaiya, you are audible. Please
Okay,
move.
I'm audible. Okay. So the thing is, okay, huh. So these things are given in a sequential manner. Okay. So now if A is, so if you store it like this, A is equal to 6, B is equal to 5, it's a very lame way of taking inputs. Okay. So what you can do is like, you can just directly take this as like in an array. You can take this thing as an array as a whole. Like you have specified the sizes, here the size is given, like M size is given, and you declare an array. Okay. So you can take all of these as an input. So it will be very efficient, and you can also apply various operations in array as well. So it's very handy way of using data, like data structures. Okay, so data structures makes it easier for you to process data and to take the inputs. Okay, and also to print outputs. Okay. What are algorithms? Suppose now the thing is, suppose you write a problem. You write a problem. You understood how you'll solve it. Design the logic. So you need to write a particular program, right? You have to write something that will process these inputs and give the output, right? So those particular steps of applying your logic is called algorithms. There are very predefined algorithms, like there are very famous algorithms that that that, that has been discovered by many computer scientists. But for problems, you have to design algorithms to solve a particular problem, and don't get afraid of this term algorithm. It's like a very normal. It's like a very easy. It's like a very common thing that we use. Okay, so just think of it as you are designing, you are creating the problem, you are understanding the concept, and you're understanding the problem. You're designing a logic and you're applying it. And those lines are just the code of the program that you're writing, and nothing but the steps of that. So this is it. And the thing is, when you use data structure and algorithm now, though I have talked about this particular thing, right? Time and memory, you have to be very specific about these particular things, and you have to be very cautious about these two things. Okay? You have to be very cautious about these two things. And in order to do that, in order to make your program more efficient, and in order to avoid these kind of problems, you should always be using using data structures and algorithms. That will reduce this. That will make your code more efficient, and will make your code more optimized. That is the most important thing of using data structures and algorithms, and why it is used in computer programming. And also there's a thing that the thing is competitive program, when you apply data structure and algorithm for computer problems that like on these websites, CodeChef or CodeSources, the thing is now you will be very you will be able to play with these two things. Okay, you will know when to apply these two things. Trust me, if you are good at computer programming, you can use these two things in such a way that that it will become easier for you to solve problems on lead code which are based on data structures. I'm not saying you can solve all the problems, but there's a very high chance that you can solve a particular problem. Okay. So this is it. And so from where you can learn DSL. So suppose you are supposed to suppose you have encountered a problem which requires for basics, when you're starting with computer programming, you don't have to learn any DSA. You know, if you know array, you're good to go. Okay, yeah, no, you know array, you know searching, you know how to traverse an array, and all those things that are taught in like the if you watch any video of any programming language, you will know all those things. Okay, all those things are pretty much enough. Now, suppose you are facing a problem where you require a particular algorithm, a particular data structure. So you need some sort of a resource, right, in order to solve, in order to learn it. So some of these websites or platforms that are present over here is CP algorithm. So first one is CP algorithm. Okay. So what is CP algorithms? CP algorithm is a very famous. It's a Russian website. Yeah, like it is one of the like if you want to learn something in very deep, just go with this website. I know it will be very tedious because it's like a very long. It's very long. You have to learn. You have to read many things. But the thing is, your concept will be clear after reading this particular. If you're reading articles from this particular website. But here's a drawback that the thing is, CP algorithm, some of the topics it consists of very advanced stuff. So I would not recommend you to read something if you're a beginner, if you're reading from it. So there are other, let's go to the these are the other websites and see which one is best for beginners. Okay, this is good. This is also good. But the thing is, it goes very much deep. So if you're a medium level coder, then I think computer programmer, then you can use this website. Okay. So now the second website is GFG. Listen, if you encounter a problem and you see that there is like a specific algorithm like DFS or BFS or anything that particular program is using, and you write it on Google that I want to like you just write the topic or the algorithm, there's a very high chance that the first website that you will get is of GFGs. GFG is a website where you will find literally like 99% DSA topics are present over here. Whatever you need for competitive programming, 99%. The quality of the article is something different. CP algorithm doesn't have that much big of a library, but GFG has this huge library of information. Okay, so this is like a good thing about GFG, and obviously it's very beginner friendly. It's very beginner friendly. There are some errors because the people who write over there are students as well, so there might be some errors. But the thing is, the amount of content that is present over here is huge. So this is the GFG. The JJ is something you can follow. Next is Codeforce's blogs. Okay, Codeforce's. Codeforce's consists of. I'm not sure that whether I can. Okay. Suppose here you can see many blogs that are written about education. Like you can go to the catalog section as well. Okay, you can go to the catalog section on Codeforces, and here you can see that there are many concepts that are explained over here through blogs. What are blogs? Let me show you. Okay, so let's see on this tips on constructive algorithms. Okay, so see this. Like he has written, he's a international grandmaster. Okay, international grandmaster, international master, and here he has written all of these things. He has explained each and everything, and since he's a very high rated coder, he knows what he's talking about. Okay, here the community is so good. Like if you can say it's a website where you can really find people who will help, who can really help you. Like you can really learn from this website a lot. Okay, the amount of information that this website has is immense. Okay, like you can see in comment section there are many people who like they are like you see a red coder is commenting. So you can see the community. You can see the community on Codeforce. It's like pretty huge. Okay, so actually red coder means that this particular this is one of the highest rating on Codeforce or any other website. Okay, so I think most of the websites, like on at least on Codeforce and CodeChef, the red coder is meant that he is the best coder on this platform. So the next one is HackerEarth articles. So I haven't used HackerEarth articles that much, but the thing is, then there's this. I have just I am writing. I have written this because there's this very good blog on HackerEarth on number theory. Okay. Okay, this one. This particular website, you can see that this is a very good like a tutorial. Here you can read about number theory. Like it's explained in very detail, and obviously when I read this, I was like a very beginner. I just started with computer programming, so you can learn stuff here as well, and these and all of these four, and trust me, these things are it's explained in very detailed and a beginner friendly manner. This particular blog is pretty cool, and I have read it. I have found it very helpful. So you can refer to this link as well, this particular blog as well. And there are many other articles that are good and that is present in HackerEarth. So you can check out HackerEarth as well. And the next is USACO guide. So let me show you. USACO guide. See this. USACO is nothing but it's like an Olympiad for for this programming, the computer programming. So okay, and high school students participate in these in this competition. So here you can really get some very good resources. Okay, you can learn about different like even you can see that there are many different sort of resources present over here. Okay, you can see this. You can find many things like general. If you go to gold, you will see that introduction to TP, Bitmask, TP, all these things. You can learn. There are many things that are present over here, and you will provide like they will provide you really good resources from where you can learn these topics. Okay, and all of these are prepared by really high-rated coders. Like if you know about there's a very high-rated coder called BenQ. He's a very active contributor in this website, and there are many other red coders who are pretty much active in this website as well. So you can check out this website. As well. It's a really cool website, and this is it. These are some of the resources that you can use while you are stuck. There are like if you Google some topics now, you will find hundreds of articles written on that particular topic. Okay, so it's not like you have to follow any of these platforms, but the thing is you should suppose you are very much familiar with reading with GFG, like you have read 10 to 15 articles using GFG. Okay, so if you're pretty much familiar with GFG now, then the thing is you will always try to look this particular I want to learn this particular topic, so I can just I can go to GFG and I can just read about this topic since GFG has such a huge library. So this is it. Now, if you know these sites are good, if it's present over there, and this particular site is GFG is very useful for you, then you can just go to this website and read this topic about this, or read the topic here. But the thing is, it's again your choice. You don't want to learn from any of these websites. That is also pretty fine. You can just go Google and you can go for any article that you want. Okay. And okay. So the next thing. What is rating in computer programming? So I have talked about how it is a sport, right? So you have to give competitions. Courtship generally has 3 contests in 1 month. Okay, first is long challenge, second is cook-off, and there's lunchtime. There's also called starters, but the problems that are given in starters, I won't say those problems, those are good ad hoc problems, but the thing is, if you really want to learn something now, these 2 contests are pretty good, cook-off and lunchtime. And if you can if you do like this is Courtship has this problem of plagiarism. So like if you can give this particular contest, long challenge, genuinely, like honestly, then you can also learn from long challenge as well. Okay, but the thing is, since many of the contests present in long challenge cheats a lot, so it's really depressing when you see that even if you have solved a considered amount of problems, your rating will go down. So I will, I'm not saying you should avoid this one, but for now you can avoid the long challenge for now. You can just go to Code Forces or Codeship, and like you should give these short contests. Try to give these short contests. Okay. Lunchtime and cook-off is a very, if you have heard about Tourist is very active on cook-off. He like gives almost all the cook-offs because cook-off is the best competition that Codeship organizes. It organizes like it happens every month. So you should always try to give cook-off. Lunchtime is also a very good competition. You can also try to give it. And the next website is Code Forces. Okay, so Code Forces like has 8 contests in 1 month. Actually, the thing is, Code Forces is very much frequent with contests. They're like you have educational round, Code Forces division, this division 2, division 3, division 1. All of division 1 means that if you have rating above 1900 or 2000, something like that, you can give Div 1. And for Div 2 and Div 3, like there are certain boundaries, like above 1600, above division. If you are like a newbie or a pupil or any and like below 20 or 22,000, then you can beat these 2 contests. Okay. Division 3 is also like if you're an expert, this will not be rated for you, Div 3. But these two will, this one will be rated for you for like for a long period of time. And now also Div 4 is also there. It is pretty like, it is made for beginners only. Div 4 will like it's very good for beginners. You should try to give Div 4 as well. And there's another particular round which is called global round, where there's no division. Like even the red coders and you will participate along with like at the same time. And the rating, obviously, the rating is okay. We'll talk about it later. And this is it. Like this is another thing that you can. Also, you can participate with one of the best competitive programmers around the world. So, and obviously, most of the competitive programmers are active on this particular website. Okay. So Google also has 2 annual contests, and actually, it will not be 8 monthly contests. Okay. So actually, I think this is a misprint. But the thing is, Google also has very cool contests. Like the first one is Google Code Jam. Code Jam is a solo contest, and this is a like there will be many rounds. Okay, and here the thing is, all high-rated coders are there. You will be able to participate with them as well. And the thing is, this is also a very good website. Google organizes these contests, and the problems are also pretty good. These hash code is like a team contest. So you need to form a team of 3 or 4 people, and you can solve a problem. Okay. So this also happens in various rounds. Okay, the hash code and Code Jam also happens in round. While this one, Google Kickstart, the problem in the Google Kickstart is pretty easier than these 2 contests. The problem with the hash code is very different. It's a very different sort of a problem statement, but for Google Kickstart, it's pretty similar to Code Forces and Codeship routes. And this is as a beginner, you should always try to give Google Kickstart. You can add it in your resume if you have a good rank. And some of our college, like if you know about Bhavya, who has got like around 3-digit rank in Google Kickstart, like we have really good coders who has done pretty well in these competitions. So this is something that you should be looking for. And okay, now let me explain you what rating is. Rating is, suppose you have given a particular contest on these 2 websites. Suppose you're given contest in Code Forces. So what happens is, Code Forces, when suppose you have solved a good amount of problem. Okay. So after solving a good amount of problem, if the contest went well, your ranking was above average. So what will happen is that you will be given a particular number. So if you perform well, your number will go up, and if you perform not that great, your rating will go low. Okay, that particular number or that particular thing is called rating, and that is I have talked about how you could use it on your resume. If you have a good rating, you can really like give it in your resume, and it will really add a positive impact. And this is it. This is what a rating is, and obviously each and every platform has a different style of distributing the ratings and all those leagues, each and everything. But the funda is like, it's the summary is pretty clear that if you give a good contest, your rating will increase, and if you give a bad contest, your rating will decrease. This is pretty much it. Now, I have talked about articles, right? So articles, the thing is, I know that you are not really familiar with, if you're not into reading and you don't like reading, you think that watching video helps you better, makes you better, helps you more. So I would really suggest you to go through these YouTubers. Okay, I know that most of you guys are already familiar with these people. So the first one is Ericto. Ericto, I think that you guys know who Ericto is. Ericto is a red coder, and he's pretty much active on YouTube, and he has like uploaded bunch of stuff on the YouTube. You can refer to these websites, these YouTubers. Okay, I will not go into details of all of these people, but the thing is, you can just check out these. Like if you want to understand a problem in a very easier fashion, and Utkarsh Gupta has uploaded a video on that problem. Trust me, Utkarsh Gupta's explanation is very lucid. He explains in a very lucid way. Okay, it will be very easy for you to catch up with Utkarsh Gupta's solution. Vivek Gupta is like one of the most underrated YouTube channels. If you're a medium rate, I would not recommend you to get to his channel if you're starting out with computer programming. There are some videos if you're starting off with computer programming. There are some videos in Vivek Gupta's channel, but the main thing that Vivek Gupta has is like, if you're medium rated coder, there are like bunch of things that Vivek Gupta's channel has, and like nobody is doing what Vivek Gupta is doing, nobody in India is doing right now. So take you forward, Striver. If you don't live under the cave, then you're pretty much familiar with Striver. I don't have to talk about him because the amount of content that guy has provided in the YouTube is like pretty amazing. Okay. Gaurav Sen is there. Priyank Agarwal, he's like candidate master. You can check out his channel as well. Code and Code really has a very good playlist on number theory and maths. You can visit this YouTube channel as well. Karthik Arora, DP on trees, CP sheet, all those things. You can just I will share you the PPT. You can just go to these YouTube channels and you can see their videos. Like they have provided you the amount of a huge number of huge number of content. Okay, all of these people. So you can go to these YouTube channels and learn. If you're not really and if you're not much into these reading like into reading stuff. Okay, so this is it for all these YouTube channels. You can just search it. And the next thing is, suppose I think that I've told you that you should practice from one website and give contests in whatever website you want. So I think that it is very difficult for you to track. Okay, so track how you can see that what all contests are currently going on and what are upcoming contests are there. So this particular website, clist.by, you can see this website. So you can see that these are ongoing contests. These green colored columns are like these green colored rows are like ongoing contests. Okay, and these are all upcoming contests. Okay, so you can see that there are many contests that are upcoming. So using this website, you can keep a track. You should bookmark this particular website, and always you can keep a track that what all contests are coming and what are contests are currently going. Okay, so like there are websites. There are many contests that goes for around 15 days or 20 days or 22 days or so 75 days. So you should so you can track the contest over here as well. So this is it. And okay, so there's a thing that I want to tell you guys, that competitive programming can be very depressing at times, because you will see that you will not be able to solve a problem. You will see that your ratings are going down. You will find dips in your rating. Even I have faced it a lot. You will see people, since it's competitive, you will see people around you are getting better at it rather than you, but you don't have to lose hope. Okay, you're starting out with it. You will learn about it, and slowly and gradually you will improve. Just be consistent, give your best, do whatever you can, and just focus on improving yourself. Trust me, ratings and all those things, jobs, these are just byproducts. Just enjoy the process of learning, enjoy the process of doing competitive programming, and you're good to go. Okay. And also I can show you something like I have already showed. If I think that there are many people who are not really familiar with C++, but you can also use a template like if you're writing a program, but you can Google it. You can really Google it. You can get it. Like there are many articles that are even if you want, and I can send you a video from where you can set up a template. Okay. So set up a template in C++ or in any other language. There are many YouTube videos, many websites that have already provided a very good very good like template for any language. For C++, this is a very basic template, like for long. Okay, let me just explain you this one line. Suppose in a contest, since in integer, just don't worry about it. Just listen to what I'm saying. Okay. Int has in int you can store up to 10 to the power of 9. Actually it's more than 10 to the power of 9, but for now let's say 10 to the power of 9, like they are approximating it. Okay, so up till 10 to the power of 9 you can store numbers up to 10 to the power of 9. So there are many problems where you will see that 10 to the power of 9 is not enough. You need data structure, you need data type more than that. Okay, so what you can do is you can use long. Now listen to me once. Long, since long. Okay, so you have to write it like many a times. Long. So what you can do is you can just replace it with LL. This is a thing that templates provide them. It makes it easier for you to code. Okay. The more you do competitive programming, the template will get much bigger. Okay, you will see that there are you see that I think if I have this thing as a short form, then it will be much more easier for you. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the template. Start with competitive, even if you write these 2 lines and start out with competitive programming, that's fine. Everybody does that. I have also done that, and I think most of the programmers who are currently at they have done very good. Who are currently very high rated, they have also started with this. So you don't have to worry. Start with the basic programming language, and you're good to go. Okay. So thank you all, and I would also I want to also say another thing that
Harsha?
Okay.
Are you done with the session?
Yes, I'm done, but that I need to announce that particular thing now, that blockchain bootcamp, introduction to blockchain, introduction to, yeah, I am talking about that. So when are the dates? I think it's on 19, 21 and 23, right?
Yes, so guys, we have the introduction to blockchain on 19th, and then introduction to ML on 21st, and on 23rd we have something related to Hacktober. So I will love if you guys can attend those sessions as well. It was a lovely response from you. I have seen that we had more than 200 participants through other sessions. I think that most of you are from first year and the second year, and I think that this is the right time to start competitive coding. This is the best time for you. If you plan to start it in your third year or fourth year, then it will be very difficult. So I think that you are guys, I think that you all will start with the journey. I will just advise to try it once, and if you like it, then you can continue it. On that note, let us open up with the questions. Harsha, can you answer the questions?
Okay.
Let us make it interactive.
Yeah, let us make it interactive, and anyone like Bhavya is here, and there are many like Girish Bhaiya is also there. So these people are like very good with CP.
Before that, Harsha, have you said your ratings?
Yeah, I actually have not.
4-star on Code Chef and a pupil on Code Forces.
Okay, so this is it. So you can ask questions, and you guys can ask questions. So we can take from the chats, right?
Yes.
You can take from the chats. So okay, if someone can unmute and ask questions, then that will be pretty fine. If someone wants.
Till someone is unmuting, we have a question that Apna college is good or not, or Striver is good. So guys, one thing which I will advise is try to, if you want to see that which course is best, just try and see the video rather than debating about it.
Yeah.
You will get nothing, you will get nothing by debating about it. So try from Apna college as well, try from Triber as well. If you like any of them, you can continue with them. And if at any point of time you find a better channel, you can switch on that.
Yeah.
It is not something which you should debate about. Just stay away from the controversies.
Yes, hello, is my voice audible?
Yes.
I want to ask that to learn DSA, in which language you should learn and which is best?
So as Harsha told before, so there is no such best language, but we prefer C++ and Java because these are the languages C, C++, Python, Java. These 4 languages, you will find some solution if the site is reputed enough.
Okay.
And C, C++, and Java are the 3 languages which are accepted by most of the companies in the software engineering department. If you go to ML or if you go to AI or some kind of that department, then you might have to learn some other language as well, like Python. Or if you are from any other background, then you might have to learn Scilab or something else like that. But if you are if you are attempting for software engineering, C, C++, and Java, these 3 are the go-to languages.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Harsha, can you pick up this doubt? What are the mathematical concepts we need to know to be good in coding? It is by Tita Soja.
Okay, the thing is, if you've done like if you're pretty much familiar with the 9, 10, and even if you're like AP and GP, all those things are pretty good to go. And like some of the number theories that I have not encountered, like you will some point of time you will encounter. So I have already like binary exponentiation is there, and binary exponentiation is there, and like you don't need much of these. Like if you know how to solve a quadratic equation, all of these are pretty fine. You already know about these stuff. You have learned about them. So you don't have to worry about this thing. If you encounter something while solving a problem, just learn in the go. Okay, you don't have to open a math book and learn all the formulas, and then you will participate in a contest. Don't do that. Just be pretty. You know many of these already. Okay. This is it. Do you want?
Harsha, before continuing with the questions, let us send the attendance. If you guys don't have any questions, you can leave after filling the form.
Okay, just fill the form.
Deep Pradhan, yes, you are anyone from any department, from any college can join our team. There are no restrictions for them. So Ghosh, so this is a club where freshers and intermediate and experts can also join. So yes, you can join in this club. Links for joining, I am providing the links to join the club in the description.
I can stop sharing it.
Harsha, Shreyansh has asked this question.
Okay.
If there is any other coding platform for CP where at some point if I get stuck, then I can clarify by watching videos where it explains that how you could approach to that. Because in CodeChef and many other platforms, the solutions are not provided to us.
Okay. The thing is, the problems of the editorials, the problems on CodeForce and CodeChef are not given. It is given, right?
So they are not given in the video form.
Oh, the thing is, you will not find. Okay, you will not find that particular thing. But the thing is, okay, I know this of personal experience. So suppose you are given a problem. Okay, so you have thought about the thing as a whole for a long period of time. Okay, like for around a long period of time. I mean about like 1 hour or like 1.5 hours. Like you will when you read the problem statement or your editorial now, you will see that you will be able to understand the approach because you have already processed the whole thing in your brain. Okay, And also there's one other thing that you should make a habit of reading editorials, because there are many, you will find many problems which are many good problems which doesn't have a video solution. You should make that as a habit.
Right. So if you are going into the industry, you have to learn how to read code, how to read editorials, how to read documentation, and how to write it as well.
Yeah.
It's best preferred that if you guys can look up to editorials. I know that for a beginner, it is hard to follow the editorials, but as and when the time comes, you will understand how to interpret it correctly.
Sir, I have a question. If in code forces, the question statement giving after solving the question, how I submitted the question and how I admit that the my question was right.
Okay. So this is something. Okay. The thing is now. Okay. I have talked about computer, the language, the program, the computer program, right? So
Yeah.
so the thing is, you have to write the solution in a particular, like, the thing is, there's this famous problem called watermelon on code forces. You can go to that problem. If you know C++, I think that you'll be able to solve that problem.
No, my point is after solving the problem, how I assure that my my problem solving was right.
Okay. I'm explaining you. Wait. The thing is, when you write the code, you have written the code of this property. Suppose you have read this problem. Okay, you have read this. You just try this problem once. Okay, you read this problem statement. Okay, you have read this problem statement. You have written the code of it. So what you will do is you will go to the submit button. Okay, so here you have to paste the code. Okay. Hey, Bhavya, shall I like should I show them how the online, like, these kind of websites judge your solution?
Yes, you can. We have some time.
Okay, so let me show you. I already solved one problem.
Okay, Harsha, by the time you show this, Shiva, the thing that you need to understand is that with time you will understand how to prove a problem, like how to intuitively prove the problem. So that is not something which you will have from the first day. That will come with time.
No, I think he's saying how the online that website will tell you to how the website will judge your solution.
Oh, okay. So okay, so website has, every platform has some hidden test cases and their outputs as well. So they will compare your output with their output. Also, it will be very nice if you can.
Yeah, that's why I told. Okay. Listen to me. Okay, so suppose you have read this problem. Okay, you have read this problem. You understood the logic. You have also coded it out. Okay, you already have the you have already coded it out. So what you will do right now is you go to the submit code, this particular position, this particular place. Go here. Okay, and like this. So you can see that the problem name is make it increasing. Okay, so it's already written over here. So you don't have to worry about this particular part for now. When you're practicing in contest, you have to be a little bit careful about this. But for now, you don't have to worry. And what you can do, you have to copy. Like, suppose you have written your problem here, and you see that the output that you are getting is similar to this particular.
If your screen is sharing.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. Now is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes, sir, okay. So I'm really sorry. Actually, I thought that you guys were able to see the screen. Really. So now, the thing is, suppose you have read this particular problem statement. Okay, you have read this problem statement. There is an input. And according to it, there's an output. Okay. So what you do is, I have already solved this problem, so I'm showing you directly from here. So suppose this is something that you have coded. Okay, this is something that you have coded. Okay, and you have also taken this particular input and you have pasted it over here. Okay, so now you just run it and see what output it is giving. So what output it is giving? This is a sample. You're running the sample input and you're getting the sample output. So here you can see that here's a sample input, here's a sample output. it is already given in your question that this is supposed to be the output that your program is giving. So here you can see that this output, and you can see this output 2 minus 1 0 0 4 11 0, and this particular output, these two outputs are same. Okay, which it means that your program is being able to run this particular input and give this output. Okay, so now how you need to submit it? Take this program, okay, copy it as a whole. Control A will select the whole program, and Control C can copy the whole program. Minimize it. Go to the submit code. The name of the problem is make it increasing. Submit over here. Paste it over here, and then click on the submit button. Now you see what will happen. Running on test case 1. Okay, see it. See the thing. What is happening? So refresh it, then it will show. Okay. The thing is, it's running on test case 1. Okay. So it's running on test case 1. And if I refresh it, you will see that accepted is written over here. So let me refresh it. See, it's accepted.
Harsha, can you show the hidden test cases?
Okay, yeah, I can show you. So here you can see that like this was the sample test case, the test case that was given in the question itself. Okay, so now you can see whenever you click on this, you'll be able to see the hidden test cases. You just need to scroll a little bit down, and you can see that this is a test case 2. Okay, this is the hidden test case, and it is the input, and it is the output that your program is generating, and this is the answer that they will compare your output with this particular answer. If your output and the answer is equal, then it will say that okay, your solution is correct. Okay, so this is the second test case, and similarly you can get that another test case. So it will check for all the test cases, and if in some test case during a particular test your program fails, then it will show that it will say that your logic is not right, your code is not correct, there is some problem with your code. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so you have to.
I got it.
Okay, so this is how you should and try to, and I have already told you to start with an easy problem. Okay, so try to solve it. Start with an easy problem.
Yes, I understand.
Harsha, proceeding with the next doubt. So this is a very important question to ask. You all will get a certificate which will have marks, right? So don't worry about that.
Okay.
This was the most important question.
We don't worry for marks.
Right. So guys, if you have any more questions, you can ask in the chat box. If you have missed, you can ask again.
Just unmute yourself and ask questions.
You should not follow any roadmaps. That is the best roadmap.
Yeah. Don't follow any roadmap and practice.
Roadmaps are made so that they can attract viewers and they can generate some traffic for the YouTubers. You should not follow any roadmaps. At least that is what I have seen in my experience.
Yeah. Right.
Yes. To join the club, if you want to be a member, you can join the Discord and the WhatsApp group. So WhatsApp group is full for now. We will create one other group. Other than that, if anyone wants to be in the core group, you have to fill a form, which is also given in the link. Yes, here are the links for everything.
Hello.
Yes, Harsha, you're audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Are you following? Someone else, I guess. It's not me.
So yes, Girish Bhaiya has also confirmed it. So if you guys don't know, Girish Bhaiya is our senior. Deep Pradhan, we don't have any fees for the club. Club is totally free for everyone. We just charge you.
Hello.
we just charge you your attention, and that is all.
Someone is saying something, I think Priyanshu.
Yes, I have one question.
Okay.
Actually, I am following lead code. Okay, so is it sufficient, or I have follow code chef or some other competitive
What
program?
is your goal?
Okay, I might want
For what?
to solve as much problem as possible. Like any problem I see, I can solve it. Like that is my goal.
Okay, so that is something which I don't think that we are qualified enough to answer. Even red coders find it difficult to answer. Even red coders find it difficult to solve every problem. So even if you do code chef, code versus any website, you will find some
Like
problem which will not be
I am from. Okay. So what should be the best advice according to you?
my best advice will be oriented towards your goal. So if your goal is to crack some company, then you have to see the what that company wants from you. So for now, every PBC, which that we know, the product-based companies, we can see that they are shifting from DSA towards CP. So there you should start doing CP. But if you want to crack a decent company, you should do DSA or CP. You can do any of them, or you can do both as well. But apart from that, if you want this, that to look at a problem and you have to solve it, that is something that I am not qualified enough to answer.
Okay, thank you.
Questions regarding certificates will be given off in some time. We will require some time to see that who are attending the session and who are not. I think it is pretty much it. If you guys have any more problems, we will be there for 2 minutes, and then we will end the meeting. In that time, I will make a second group and I will give the link. 1 minute.
I think that there are no more questions. Can we get the recorded session? They will get the recorded session, right, Bhavya?
Yes. We will upload it in the YouTube channel. You can subscribe it, or you can also join the WhatsApp groups. I will share the link in 1 minute.
Where will be the PPT? Shall I upload it on GitHub, Bhavya?
Yes.
Okay, I will. Then I will. Okay. I will upload it. Don't worry about it. You guys will get the link.
It will be very good if you can upload your template.
Template. Okay, I will do it. And how will I send it? Okay, can I? Shall I do it now?
We will do it after.
Okay, after the session you will do it.
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
It's showing WhatsApp group is full.
1 minute. We are creating one more. So here is the link for the second group. For now, you guys can join in, and then we will see that what we can do. I think we should wrap it up. Arsha, what do you say? Should we wrap it?
Yeah. I think that they have no more questions. And best of luck, guys. It was really fun to have a conversation with you all. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for being there.
Thank you, Bhavya. Thank you, Bhavya.
Nice.
Bye.